All right, let's talk about Extra Life Unlocked. Extra Life Unlocked was a Extra Life event this weekend. It was the same weekend as Game Day, Extra Life Game Day. But this was an event where not only did Extra Lifers, people who raise money for Extra Life, get together, but also we got to meet several kids who have been affected in a positive way by Extra Life, their families, medical practitioners, and also all the admin, all the Extra Life admin and Children's Miracle Network admin. It's really cool. But we'll go through it, and I have quite a few photos to show and quite a few videos. We won't watch all the videos, but we will look through the photos and I'll talk about my experience. And I'll probably end up talking about all this again at the 24-hour stream. But let's take a look. So let's see. Does this? This is probably fine if I move. Oh wait, because they'll probably. Yeah, you know what? Boom. We'll just do that. All right. Throw myself in the corner. All right, so on Friday, at around, I'm gonna say 6 o'clock, I boarded my plane, and then we had a little bit of delays. I guess that there was somebody on the plane who wasn't supposed to be there. Really, that they were like the alternate on the plane. So they were the alternate on the plane. And it's and then the person who they were the alternate for actually showed up, and so they had to figure out who the alternate was. So they walked around the plane checking everybody's ID, not their ticket, their ID. And they got about 70% of the plane checked, and then I'm not sure how it resolved, but it just was over. But we were stuck for an hour and 20 minutes delayed. The flight was an hour and 20 minutes delayed. My layover was only supposed to be 2 hours. So when we landed in Vegas, I had to run to my airline. Run. Where's the, is it, oh, because I was so cutting it close. When I hit the second, when I hit my my terminal, they were already boarded. But yeah, obviously plane. I wore a mask because I wasn't feeling too well, but I was getting over my sickness, but I wore a mask just in case. Oh, I can't actually play any video. Don't delete that, please. Okay, so I can't play any video. Interesting. Flying over. This is Vegas. I thought the bears on the plane were kind of funny. And then this is going from Vegas to Salt Lake City, which they are again in the Salt Lakes. It's interesting. It's almost like a marshland, which I've never been in. I've never seen Utah from the air before, so it's like full marshland, kind of crazy. And in their airport, they had a dino, which I thought was kind of fun. And then they have, so their airport's kind of cool. It's separated into A and B, but the only way to get from A to B or B to A, you have to take these underground tunnels that go towards them, because I think the tarmac is actually on top. So you take these underground tunnels with like the walkway, and it was like really blue, which is kind of cool. And some cool structures in the airport. I love airports, man. New airports are so cool. And then they're all decorated for Christmas. I took a cab from the airport to the, this is the first. Hey, I'm so glad you won it. 1 second. So from the airport, I take a cab because I don't have Uber and I don't have Lyft on my phone. So I take this cab. It's only 9 miles from the airport to the hotel where we were staying. It cost me $37. $37 to take this cab. And later on, I find out that there's a train that goes directly from the airport to the hotel. Like, it goes across the street from the hotel. And it was $2.50. I was so pissed. I was so pissed. Man, that was crazy. But I took this taxi cab. He was super nice, super friendly. And he was like, yeah, I got kids. One of my kids was in the hospital, so what you're doing is really cool. So I got to have that like little engagement piece with somebody, which is really sweet. Very nice guy. They had these mountain sculptures. They're big brass mountains, or copper, I think. And they're supposed to show off like the mountains that are in the background. But it was really cool. I thought this was cool because it's Ink Against Cancer and video game masterpieces. I thought that was kind of sick. And then Extra Life Unlocked. So this is Victoria. This is the first kid from she was diagnosed with cancer, and she was free of cancer several times. Like I think it was 4 times that she defeated cancer, and then it came back again and again and again. And they did this. The way it started, Extra Life, was that they did this radiothon to raise money for her and for children's hospitals. And radiothon was awesome. But she loved video games. She loved video games. And so they wanted to like make this thing more of a video game thing after she passed away. So they got a bunch of gamers, added the gaming piece to it. You see that, yeah. So she was sick for several years and she passed away, I think, at 14 or 15. And the videos that they showed us, man, of her, she was full of life. She was so funny. She would do this like news segment with her mom, where like they would have a big camera recorder and then do this news segment, and it was really touching to see that. I don't think I've ever seen any footage of her before, just photos, but she was really, just watching the videos, she was really sweet. I think I have some recordings of them that I'll get at some point. But yeah, so they met us down here, and they gave us a badge, which I think I attached my badge to my backpack, which had our name on it, and gave us our room, which, by the way, this was all paid for. Extra Life paid for everything. Children's Miracle Network paid for the hotel, and they paid for the food, and they paid for my flight. So that was really incredible. And I also want to say real quick, I want to give huge props, not only to the Extra Life team, but specifically to my children's hospital ward and my liaison, Leonella. So originally when I got the invite for Extra Life, I was not going to go, or for Extra Life Unlocked. I was not going to go. I was like, it's not my thing. I'm very bad at schmoozing and making connections in a large space. I'm good at one-on-ones, but I'm really terrible at like dinner party kind of thing. So I was originally not going to go, and then And also the money part too was really tough. Like I could not afford it. And she was like, "Hey, we really want you to go." Leonella was like, "We really want you to go and be um, our representation, our market's representation. We want you to represent our hospital and like the kids that here. Like we really want somebody to do that, and we know that you are personable. You've been doing this a long time. You've raised a ton of money, and um, and not only do we think that you're the best fit for the job, but we also really feel like you would get the most and that you would get the most out of it to bring back to us." Um, and I think that really helped me realize that I should go. And that was it was really cool of them to reach out to me, to my hospital, to reach out to me to be like, "Hey, we really want you to go." So I just really want to say thank you very much to the Salinas Valley Health Network, and specifically Leonella, my hospital liaison. I will be, speaking of which, I will be having an interview with her in the coming weeks, and we'll be playing that at Extra Life on the 6th, December 6th. If you have any questions that you want to ask her, please let me know, and I will make sure that she knows. But yeah, so okay, so we get to the hotel, and they have like a bunch of Extra Life Unlocked this way signs, and they give us our key to our room and our badge and like a couple of drink tickets, and they're like, "Hey, just so you know, like we're having this thing, we're having like a get together, it's like a meet and greet kind of thing tonight at 6 o'clock. It'll be from 6 to 9, and then there'll be a little bit of food, there'll be some drinks." So I go upstairs, and this room is huge, dog. I mean, it is so big. It's way too big for one guy. Like, just me, way too big. Way too big. 2 full-size beds, a big bathroom, full bathroom, shower's huge. I mean, this bathroom is huge, by the way. It doesn't look big, but it's big. Full bathroom, toilet with a closed door, like, so cool. And I get there, and I'm so tired. I mean, I'm running on, like, no sleep and been traveling all day. So I put my stuff down. I call up Shannon. I show her the room on, like, a call. And then, I passed out for 2 hours. I woke up at like 30 or 40 minutes to the time that we had to be downstairs. Got showered, got changed, headed to the thing. There is... Can I flip this? Please tell me I can flip it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. There's my badge. Partner in fundraising. Ouija, Anson, he, him, his. Everybody's was so small. Way too small. Definitely needs to be bigger next time. This needs to be your entire badge. So what I did actually was I took a pen that my Shannon, by the way, smartest lady around. Not only did she told me that I should have made business cards. She told me weeks beforehand that I should make business cards, and I didn't listen, and she was the best. Did they give me these 2 shirts? No, they did not. These are ones that I took with me. The only shirt they gave me is this one, which is an Extra Life jersey, Extra Life Unlocked. And then on the back, it says Extra Life 00 because they're planning on doing... This is the first year of them doing Unlocked. But they gave me the sick jersey. I mean, look at this. It's got the CMN logo and then the Extra Life logo on the other arm. But it's so cool. This is so cool. Nope, that's wrong. I've been really into these do good shirts. Cotopaxi is the people that make them. They're super nice um, and they feel really good. But I love this. So my aunt last year for Hanukkah, was it my birthday? I think it was maybe my birthday. She got me a hat because I wear lots of these kind of hats. So she got me this hat, and then she also got me this do good shirt. And she was like, "Hey, I've seen all the good that you do, and I felt like this is the perfect shirt for you." And she was so right, because I love this message. Just do good. It's so not hard to just do good. It takes one little thing, asking one person how they're doing, if you can help them. Doing one thing every day, helping out somebody, like pitching in just a little bit. All you need is a little bit to do good. So I love this do good shirt. So I took that with me. And then this is all of the Extra Life t-shirts that I've gotten throughout the years. This is kind of my favorite one. And I think it's because last year I actually had my 10-year anniversary for Extra Life. So, I just really like the way that they did it with the cabling, and like the cabling is the outline of the numbers, and I love the green too on it. And then this shirt in the middle, my girlfriend made me for my birthday the first year that we were dating. She commissioned her friend to make this thing that's right above me. It's a painting of my stream caricature, the Hey Team. So if you look at all of the emotes, you'll see a bunch of hay bales in different forms, either a hay bale on fire, or a sad hay bale, or a hay bale with a heart, or just a hay bale that's saying Hey Team. So that's kind of like the moniker that I have here, is we're all part of the team, and when I call upon the team, you go, Hey Team, right? It's kind of just a funny thing. But she got this commission from her friend, this hay bale commissioned, and I love this so much that it's behind me. The two things I have here behind me, my friend Gina made this Extra Life cross stitch. Took her fucking months to make this thing. It's crazy. And then this Hey Team painting that Shannon gave me. Again, you probably can't see it very well. Now you can. So what she did was she took the caricature of this Hey Team and she put it on a shirt herself. By the way, she totally did this herself. With it's not felt, but it's some kind of like sticky felt that you can like stick onto shirts. And so she made that, and so I really wanted to take that with me, because that's like my stream buddy, right? Everybody's bringing their like stream persona. Like people were wearing captain's hats and brought their shields and stuff like that and dressed up. And I really wanted to show my my caricature, and Shannon put a lot of love into this shirt, so I really wanted to show it off. I have a really great photo of me in it, but yeah. So Shannon gave me a felt pen, and I wrote my name really big on the name tag, because it's just too small. Then the dinner, I think. Oh yeah, here we go. And then I have my do good sweater. I love the do good line, so I got a sweater too. I bought like 5 of those shirts and a sweater. There's a fit for the night. We were supposed to wear our Extra Life t-shirt. This is embarrassing that I'm taking selfies. But we're supposed to wear our favorite Extra Life t-shirt and Extra Life swag. So I wore this one, and then my shirt, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, you can't see it. Here it says be kind, and then there's a smiley earth right here. So all right, Here is the, like, kind of lounge area. So we were in this area for our, like, get together. We had a little it was a lot of discussion. I think this is the only photo I took. Yeah, it is the only photo I took. But yeah, there were maybe like 85, maybe 90 people in this little space. And everybody was nice. Everybody's so kind. And I didn't exactly know how to like talk to people. So the first thing I did was try and find somebody that I had that I liked something on their clothes. And this girl, Mel, who was super kind, super friendly, very, very nice lady. Um, she was wearing a Rooster Teeth Extra Life shirt. And And the way I started fundraising was through Rooster Teeth. They convinced me and inspired me to fundraise. So, um, so I talked to her about how she's been doing it for a long time as well, and how she got inspired. And we talked about Rooster Teeth and stuff, and like I took tons of notes about what people do for their streams and what works. We talked to these a couple of these D&D guys too. So these guys are so cool. They've never been to any event. Nobody's ever met up with them. They've been doing it for like 5 years now. And they've just kind of like they raise like 25 grand every year. And nobody knew who they were. So they finally got contacted a couple of months ago. You love D&D people? These guys were awesome. So I cannot express how cool these two dudes were. The way that they run Extra Life for them is they do a 36-hour or 48-hour, either 36 or 48-hour event at the end of the year. Usually around mid-November or mid-December. But the way that they fundraise is all of the fundraising is throughout the entire year, from January to their game day. And you get buffs. Your character, your one-shot character, gets buffs depending on how much you fundraise. So every $100 you fundraise, your character gets like a feat. And every like $1,000 you fundraise as a group, as an entire group, is your starting level. So let's say they raise as an entire group, because it's like several people. I think they have like 40 something people who do it. They have 4 different tables, 2 floors in this big mansion house. And so they have like 46 people essentially raising money for them. Just all they do is like contact their friends and be like, hey, like I'm doing this thing, or contact their family and be like, I'm doing this thing. And so let's say let's say they raise $16,000 by the time game day is. Now all of they're level 16. They start at level 16. And then they do like small things that like every $40 is every $40 is like a item, an uncommon item. Every $60 is a rare item. Every $80 is a what's it called? Ollie! Yo, dog, I did make it home safe. Guess what? My flight was crazy delayed on the way back. You wouldn't believe it. Ollie, it's good to see you, my man. I'm really sorry that things didn't work out this weekend. I really, really wanted to make it work out, but, shit. Fucked. Everything was fucked. Was I part of the TSA delays? Dog. I did get my bag pulled over when I did get my bag pulled over when I was leaving, because they gave us like a couple of fun trinkets. This when we get to the end, I'll show you. But like, they gave us like a game console and then like a Slurpee cup that's like a game console. So it's like a Slurpee cup with Tetris on the Slurpee cup. And so I took the console out of my bag, but I left the Slurpee cup in my bag. And they like pulled my bag aside and was like, "Do you have like an ice cream in there or something? Something that's shaped like an ice cream?" I'm like, "I'm not sure what you're talking about." So they opened up my bag and I'm like, "Oh, that's right. That Slurpee cup is a fucking console." Nah, man, it's all good. Fate will favor us another time, man. I hope so. I hope if you make it to California, obviously they're trying to do Extra Life Unlocked again next year, and I hope I get invited again because I will go. And if that does happen, I'll see if I can go an extra day early, and then maybe we can hit it off or stay an extra day late. Because I would really love to have lunch with you, like seriously. But yeah, okay. So here at the event, so we met these D&D guys. This was their first time getting together with people physically, like with the hospital, with the representatives at all. First year of grad school is gnarly. Dude, first year of school is gnarly. Grad school's shit. It's crazy. This looks so rad. It's so cool. If you stay, Ollie, I know that you're really busy and you normally duck in and duck out, but if you stay for a little bit, there's some really cool stuff that I'd love to show. And I promise I won't be taking 1,000 hours on every single slide. But yeah, so these D&D guys were like brand new, and they're like, "We don't know what we're doing, but we're just doing it." And I'm like, "What do you mean? These guys have raised like 80 grand in like 4 years of doing this thing. They raise 20 grand every year without fail." It's insane. These just two kids. They're just two like just right fresh out of college kids. But they were super kind. They were very, very friendly. Everybody was very friendly. I didn't meet a single person who was standoffish or not inviting. Everybody was so inviting. At one point, I was on this couch over here, and the people who I was talking to, they went to bed. It was pretty late, and they went to bed, and so I'm sitting there and I'm messaging Shannon on my phone, and I'm like looking around, and I'm like, it looks like a lot of these people are pretty set in their like kind of social structure. They're like 6 people around a table here and a couple people there. So I'm like looking, and I'm like debating about whether I want to go to bed or if I want to like try and edge myself into some conversation again. And somebody comes up to me and he's like, "Ouija?" And I look up, and I couldn't believe it, because there is one person. I don't know anybody there. Like legit, not a single person. I don't know any of the staff. None of my Extra Life friends went. And guess what? The one person I know from Extra Life outside of this community, he goes by Rufio. I've known him for online. He's been my online friend for probably 5 or 6 years. And he fucking is there. He's there. Rufio is there, and he recognized me. I could not fucking believe it. And he picked me up off of this chair and introduced me to all of the friends and all of his so he's like part of this big like ambassador program. And so he invited me to hang out with this ambassador crew, and like introduced me to everybody. He was so fucking cool. And what a moment. I will never forget that as long as I live, being like, man, I should probably just go to bed. Ouija? Like, shit. It was so cool. Really, really sweet. Everybody was super kind. I met the director of operations for Extra Life, and I told her, hey, like, I really wanted to say thank you so much for inviting me, because I haven't had a chance to go to any of these events before. There's been Extra Life United several years. There's been Extra Life Ignite. And there was also Extra Life. Oh man, I forgot what it's called. The first event was in Florida. I don't remember what it was called. But I've never gone to any of them because I can't afford it. I don't make any money from stream, so I don't like have any extra income. So I told her like it's an incredible opportunity. I'm very nervous, but I'm trying my best to like remember that we're all here for the same cause and that we're all friends already. We all have similar interests. We just haven't met yet. And she was like, it's a great honor for us to have you. Like you guys really do the hard, heavy lifting legwork. And this is our way of not just like paying you back, because we know that you're not doing this to get paid back. Like nobody's getting paid. None of us are getting paid by Extra Life to do this thing. But it's our way of giving back, but also our way of sharing what goodness has come out of all of your hard work. Like she's like, we're gonna have kids here tomorrow, and like you're gonna get to meet like their families and talk to practitioners and all this stuff, and we want you to experience that. Not everybody who raises money for Extra Life gets to experience that with their hospital. And I was like, man, that is so true. Like the biggest fire was lit under me when I got to tour the hospital ward here. My first time going to the hospital ward, when they told me that they bought a freaking NICU bed right before COVID because I raised 8K and 8K was enough for this NICU bed and this NICU camera. When they told me that like this vein finder that they bought with the funds from Extra Life, not just mine, but like everybody's funds from Extra Life that year, this vein finder is highly sought after from everywhere else that's not just the children's ward. Like they borrow it from the children's ward because it is so good. Like that's so good for me to know and to share with you all. And I think that adds so much to just like you are raising money. You are asking people for donations. Getting this knowledge is so important. And yeah. And but she was just like, so like we're happy you're here. And it's okay to be nervous. She was like, it's okay to be nervous and it's okay to be anxious. But remember that you are in such a safe place with everybody around you. So many of these people are nervous and anxious too. And it just takes a little bit to break that. And if you can do that, the top of the mountain, she literally was like, the top of the mountain is so much brighter. And it just takes a little bit to get there. And she was so right. This was so much fun. It was such a great experience. I learned so much. I met so many people. I got to share so much too, which was really cool. Share so much about myself with families and with friends. Look at this. Okay, so these two people right here, this guy in the blue shirt, and then this lady in the blue shirt. These two people are Victoria's parents. So the as I said before, Victoria, the little girl who started this whole thing with cancer. These are her parents. And they were so incredibly friendly and incredibly kind, incredibly gracious. And they told the story, but they were also such real people. We met them on the day that we were leaving. I met them several times. I met them this night, I met them the day after, and I met them the day we left. And they came and sat down and had coffee with us, with just me and two other Extra Lifers that were sitting at a table. And they just had coffee, and they were just talking about how they're excited to explore the town and that they've never actually explored Salt Lake. They've been to the building several times to do, interviews or a function or something, but they've never actually explored the city. So they're going to explore the city, and they're going to go up to the mountains, and they're going to go and walk in the snow because there's snow forming on the mountains right now. And it was just so real. These people are just so real humans and real friendly. And I was on the bus coming back from the event, and they sat behind me. Both of them sat behind me on the bus, and they were messing around with a Rubik's Cube, and they were saying, by the way, thick Southern accent. They're like, I don't know how to do, like, I've never been able to do a Rubik's Cube or anything like that. And I was like, I can do it for you. And she was like, you can do a Rubik's Cube? And I'm like, yeah, I can do a Rubik's Cube. When I was a kid, I would take the bus every day to school. It was like an hour. I had nothing to do. No Game Boy, no nothing. So I would just Rubik's Cube. So I finished the Rubik's Cube, and I was telling them, like, my whole story. And I finished the Rubik's Cube, and I gave it back to them. And they're like, wow, that's so amazing. And I said, you should keep that. And like, if you're ever bored, like, learn how to solve it yourself. It's really fun. And they were so friendly. Just the two of them were so friendly. But yeah, like, it was a really cool time to meet people. And this intro one, it was so funny because everybody was so tired. We all understood when people were like, yeah, it's time to go now. We got a big day tomorrow. Everybody's like, yeah, I get it. There were food and drinks. I did have I think it was a gin. I don't normally drink alcohol, but I thought it would be just fun to drink some, like, they had some video game made drink. So it was a gin with blue simple syrup, and they called it the spiny shell, like a, spiny shell from what's it called? And then there was people giving out gifts to, like, their liaison. So a lot of teams came in. So Atlanta and Boston and I think Texas, they came as a group. So they got like 3 of the Texas hospitals to come together, and 3 of the Atlanta hospitals and Atlanta gamers came together, and they did these things. So a lot of the gamers, like, got gifts for their liaison. So this was a cool wood block extra life light. There's like a light behind here. You can see in the controller I'm pointing at the screen. You can see in the controller on his hand that that you can change the color on this thing. And this is, by the way, handmade, 1 of 1. This guy who gave it to him is like, he works in like a rock yard and with wood, and so he made it himself. Look how clean that shit is. It's so cool. Can I zoom in? Oh yeah, there you go. Just a little bit. It looks so blurry, but that's fun. But yeah, so they got some gifts. Yeah, he was there. I think their liaison. This guy I never talked to, but man, he had the sickest mustache. His mustache was twice as big as mine. And his beard's twice as big as mine too. But he was always super colorful clothes and very friendly. He has the greatest smile, dog. Oh, he was so good. Let's see. And then the next day, I went to bed and I slept awful. Absolutely awful sleep. I turned on the air conditioning thinking that would really help, and then it just dried out the entire room. Totally 100% dried out. But this is my fit for Extra Life Unlocked. I wore my patented orange clothes. Place is so dry. Yeah, it's so, like, the cold just sucks all of the moisture out of the room. So I took a shower right before I went to bed, Um, I took a shower right before I went to bed, and I was like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna be, you know, I'm not coughing anymore and all of this stuff, and it's great. And then I'm like, it's so warm. This bed is so warm. So yeah, you can feel it. You can feel it everywhere, man. And so I turned on the air conditioning and it just sucked all the moisture out. It was so awful. Hey, Tech Wiz, welcome in, my dude. Welcome in, boss. Good to see you, dude. Dude, like, okay, just a real quick side note. Thanks everybody so much for coming in today and saying hi. We got Ollie and Tech and Anby Palm, and we have Vin and Raz. Like, all my friends are here, and it's just really and this is really cool. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking around and going through the journey. So but yeah, this was the fit that I wore. I really wanted to show off again Shannon's shirt and the Extra Life character. Or not Extra Life, but the Hay Bale character. And also I had on my hat, I had several. I don't know if I have any. No, I don't. Maybe I got them elsewhere. But I had several pins on the side of my hat, which were fun. I had a Magikarp in a Magikarp in a little baggie, and an Extra Life pin, and a Children's Miracle Network pin, and then a couple of ghost pins that I got from the night before with donating. So people brought stuff, by the way, that like, hey, if you donate $2, I'll give you this like wood challenge coin, or if you donate $2, I'll give you this this pin that I got custom made. Like, I love cats, and so I had a bunch of cat pins, and yeah, it was super cool. I next year I'm doing that. I swear to God. See, what I should have done, hindsight 2020, was brought the damn vinyl record. I should have brought the vinyl record and say, if you want a piece of this, donate $2. That would have been prime, and I'm doing that next time, because that is, just imagine, we would have had probably 70 people donate for this thing. But yeah, here's my fit, and then my room number, because I always forget what room I am when I stay at a hotel. Hit me up and I'll help make you something. I got a laser. Ooh, dude, Ollie, man. Wait. Okay, Ollie, I'm gonna reach out to you sooner than later. I'll just say real quick, I want to make a cool jacket for the Shadow of the Colossus test press, and I was thinking about making a wooden jacket. What do you think? Just a one-off, like, kind of like a wooden. Let's talk. Okay, we'll talk. I would gladly pay for it. Obviously, I would pay for any materials that you need, but I really want to make something cool for it. So, but we'll talk. Yes, but yes, I would love to work with you if you want to make something cool. Somebody in the community, in the video game vinyl community, Phil Pot, I think he goes by Stickers or something like that. He was a couple like last year, he reached out to me and was like, I'd love to make stickers for your raffles, so that when you send out raffles, you can also give them the sticker. Like, I donated to charity and all I got was this lousy sticker, or this lousy waffle or something like that. But I don't think that ever panned out, so maybe I'll message him at some point. So we get up in the morning and we go to and we have continental breakfast. It's like eggs. Yeah. So we got continental breakfast. This, like, eggs and eggs and bacon, which I don't eat bacon, but I eat eggs. Eggs, bacon, salads, fruit, and like overnight oats. And I'm so hungry because the previous night I thought they were gonna have food, but really they just had hors d'oeuvres. They just had tiny plates. So all I ate the previous night was like 4 deviled eggs and I had like 4 deviled eggs and like a stuffed pepper. So I ate so much breakfast. I was so hungry. Ace, is that the myth, the legend, Jack Patillo? You're damn right it is, dude. The absolute legend, the reason why I fundraise today, this man, the reason I fundraise. Okay, so we get in there. When you love when they had those pancake machines. They did not have pancake machines, but the food was really good. We get there. I get there. I load up my plate. I sit at the first table. There is one other person at this table. I sit at this table. We talk, like this table gets a little bit full. I think there's like 6 people sitting at this table, and we're talking and like we're learning about other people. This one guy, he's from I think Austria, and he came to the States and is now fundraising for Extra Life. He's done it for like 4 years, and he's raised like 20 grand, and super cool dude. Only fundraises once a year, but always like does something big. And then a bunch of hospital liaisons and a children's behavioral specialist was there too at our table. And so I'm like spending as much time as I can talking to these people so I can eat slowly. And Jack Patillo, again, the legend Jack Patillo from Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth, sits next to me. He just sits next to me at the table. And I'm like freaking out inside. Totally 100% freaking out. And I'm like keeping it cool. I'm like trying to keep it cool. I'm like just eating, and he's eating, and I'm like, hey Jack, how's it going? And he's like, it's good. I'm like, how'd you sleep last night? He's like, yeah, I just got in from Helsinki. The company I work for now, the video game company I work for, is actually based in Helsinki. So we just launched our game, so I was down there to to celebrate the launch of their game. And I look it up, and I'm like, well, that's pretty sick. Yeah, so they made a game that's very much like Raft, but it's robots. And he's like, don't buy it. Don't worry. We're gonna have codes. We're good. You're good. You're gonna have all the codes. And I'm like, oh, that's sick. Okay, cool. Thank you. And he's like, everybody's like wrapping up and going to the buses and stuff. And he's eating pretty quickly. And so I wait for him to be done with his muffin. And I was like, yo, I just want you to know real quick, like, inside, I just want to be real with you. Like, inside right now, I am giggling like a fucking schoolgirl. Because you are the inspiration for me. You are the reason why I'm here. And when you and Jeff raised money 17, 18 years ago, you convinced me to do it. And you're why I'm here. You're why I raise. And he was like, man, that's so nice. That's so great to hear. And I was like, I know you hear this all the time and stuff. And he's like, dude, it every single time I hear it, it just makes my heart grow bigger, man. And he was super sweet. He was very kind. He was very friendly. We didn't talk a ton because he is a part of the influencer program. So he had big interviews and stuff like that. But I did ask him if I could take a photo, so we got a photo, and he was uber cool, and I really appreciate getting to chat with him for a little bit. So breakfast over. We take these 2 giant buses to the Children's Miracle Network Hospital, and it's not really a hospital. This is more like their admin building. So this is where all like the paperwork is done and the emails are written and admin stuff, general admin stuff. So we get to this. We get to the hospital, the network space of operations. And these, I love that I didn't flip these pictures around, so they're all backwards. But yeah, this is Adam, by the way. Adam is the one who writes, who is the essentially a PR. So he runs the Discord, and he runs the all the emails that we get, and he runs the Extra Life Twitch page and Twitter page, and does all of the social media. He was super cool too, by the way. This is Rob. Rob is he is super nice guy. I think he's raised like 17 or 18 grand this year so far. Very nice guy. Been doing it for a long time. He was my friend on the bus. We were talking about Star Trek. I talked about Star Trek to a lot of people this weekend, which is so funny because Shannon's the Star Trek person, and I'm just becoming the Star Trek person. So, but yeah, we talked about Next Generation, and we talked about Deep Space Nine. But he was super cool, and yeah. So I tried to take some selfies with people I became friends with. We all met up outside here. You can't really see him, but here's my friend Rufio, bald head right here. I feel like I haven't adequately earned my nerd card since I haven't ticked that box. No. I have never watched Star Trek ever. Like, I watched, I think, the new movie, when the first new movie came out. I watched that one in theaters, but otherwise I had never watched Star Trek before. Shannon's a big Star Trek person. Shannon has watched Star Trek for years, and with her family and stuff. So when she found out that I didn't watch Star Trek and I've never watched it, she was like, would you please watch this with me? And I was like, you don't need to say please, just to be like, watch this with me. I'm in. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to share with me, I want to participate in. So we started watching Star Trek last year, and we watched all of Next Generation, finished that this year, and we're starting Deep Space Nine, which has been really fun. That's good. But yeah, so I talked about that with a lot of people. So this is Rufio here. He's the guy who I've met online a long time ago. Super friendly guy. Very awesome. But okay, so we came out here and we had this tent. You see what I mean? Some guys dressed up like how they dress up for stream. So this guy brought his giant teddy bear that he has on stream, and this guy's in a bowler hat, right? And then this guy, he goes by Captain Rosebeard, and so he brought his captain's hat because that's what sets him apart from everybody, like that's what you got to set yourself apart. So yeah, so they had this big tent, and I'll have pictures from inside the tent in a moment. There we go. Yeah, I'll have pictures from inside the tent out. But like, it was a nice day. It was a little bit chilly, but that was really nice because everybody's like wearing layers. You see everybody wearing layers here. But inside the tent, they had a fucking full bar and a bunch of TVs and a stage. I couldn't believe they were offering drinks, alcoholic drinks at 9 in the morning. 9 o'clock, guys. What? I did not have any drinks because I was like, man, I got a full day ahead of me. I ain't drinking. I had one alcoholic drink the entire time, and that was that blue drink that I had, the spiky shell. I ain't drinking at 9 in the morning. I don't think I've ever drank at 9 in the morning. I don't think I ever will drink at 9 in the morning. That's crazy. But yeah, they had a full bar, and it was funny because one of the hospital liaisons was like, I gotta take a picture of this for my boss. They won't believe that we're getting paid to to drink at 9 in the morning. It was so funny. But yeah, there was a bunch of like we all waited out here. Like this guy is dressed in this pink purple sequin jacket. Um, and then everybody who's wearing a jersey is a staff member at this point. We didn't get our jerseys until the final day. And then everybody in red, these red, are either family members or kids themselves of the Children's Miracle Network. So I think that this girl is this is one of the girls, and then this is the brother of one of the boys, and then this is a mom. She is a mom of one of the kids. I have photos of some of the kids too. But yeah, so okay, and then they had so this is the entrance to the hospital, and these are the three people. Again, this is the Victoria's mom and dad, and then this guy is actually the radio show host who hosted the first charity event for Victoria. So he comes to all of these events as well, and he's super cool, like super cool guy. Yeah, they had this really cute entrance for Extra Life Unlocked, and you walk through there, and then they had a couple of rooms. I'll show you all of that stuff in a minute. Yeah, and so they people got their photos. I wonder if you can. Nah, you can't see their name tag. Never mind. But they were super friendly, very friendly. Yeah, so got zoom in, and then here is the inside of the this is the inside of the white tent. Again, they had the two screens here and a little stage. Here's the bar with some Michelob Ultra and some beer. I'm like, who's drinking beer at 9 in the morning, dog? I cannot. Oh, man, it's crazy. Then they also had a couple of tables here. You can see, you can kind of see right here. They had several Rubik's Cubes and Rubik's Cubes theme stuff, and like a bunch of stickers and pins on the tables. And I'll be doubled up on the lattes, not the booze. Dude, I can't believe that they had that. That's crazy to me. And then they also had a bunch of arcade cabinets here. So where this blue guy is sitting and where this guy with the glasses is, there's two arcade cabinets, and then there's some further down this way. And I actually played arcades with this guy. We played Rampage, which was pretty fun. And I learned that he primarily plays like racing games and some sports games, and otherwise all retro stuff. He's a primary retro gamer, so he really liked playing on this thing. That was me taking a picture of people, and see, look, this guy, I have a picture of him later, but he has a freaking metal shield with the Extra Life logo on it. He has a Captain America shield with the Extra Life logo, and he's dyed his mohawk rainbow. I mean, how cool is that? I wish I had enough hair for that kind of thing. But yeah, they had a full bar, lots of drinks. I did not get anything to drink. This is video. I wish I got some of the video. Damn it. This is the CEO of of the Children's Miracle Network. This is the CEO. She is so cool. She was so friendly and so down to earth. She was telling me how she thinks that the yellow jacket looks so dumb, and like she kind of like she had a pair of pants to go with it, and she looked like Big Bird, and that's so, and like how funny is that? And she was full of life and very friendly and not corporate at all, which I really thought like higher ups at this thing would be corporate, but they also know that they're talking with video gamers, so how corporate can they really be? But she was super cool. These are all videos. I'm gonna find a way to get those videos, be able to play them, and then I think I can play them with the HEVC video extension because I do have that, but it's just not integrated for some reason. But I'll play them another day, and I'll upload them somewhere, or yeah, I'll figure out what to do. Did the music die? It did. Okay, it's back. Okay. Yeah, so they had them up on stage, and they played a video on the screens of Victoria. That's where we got to see Victoria and, like, what she was like back then. And yeah. It was really crazy. So he's the start of this whole thing. He's the guy who did the telethon. I don't remember what his name is. I will figure it out though. But he couldn't watch the video. He was and when he got on stage, he was so choked up. You can kind of see, like, he's having a tough time. He really loved Victoria. Like, they were friends. And he says that he can't look at, like, pictures of her without crying, and he can't watch videos because it's just too much for him. And but he was a really kind fellow and really cool. Yeah. Let's see. More conversation, more video. Oh God, how much video did I take? Here are all the champion kids. These are all the champion kids. We got Taylor and Melody and Kendall, and I'm trying to remember these two. It's so funny because these are the two I hung out with for the most. Riley and has a B and a Y in it. Brendel, maybe? I have their card. Somewhere. But these are all the champion kids. These kids have gotten help through funds raised through Extra Life, one way or another. Either when it was help with at-home medical cost, or inpatient help. And they're all, every single one of them was so friendly and so fun and loved to talk about themselves and loved to communicate. And this girl, Melody, she's missing a lot of her digits. I think she only has her thumb and forefinger on both hands, and the rest of her digits are all missing. And I'm pretty sure she's missing her forefinger actually on one of her hands. And she is an artist. She does art. And she's fucking good. She's so good. And she and I, at the very end, hit it off because she's from LA. And I'm from LA. And so we got to talk about LA. And, like, where I live and like, the hospital and stuff. And something really funny about that is my father helped design the children's hospital in LA. By the way, I know we're dropping frames and stuff, but bear with me. So hopefully you can still hear me just fine. But yeah, my father's an architect, and he actually helped design the children's hospital in Los Angeles with its new update. And so it was so cool. I got to share that with her and her mom, and that was just really, really cool. And the kids all talked about themselves on stage. They all got to, like, explain who they are and what they like. Like, she loves to dance, and he loves football, and the two of them both love Fortnite and gaming and building. They love building, like Minecraft is like their big thing, and they even like compete against each other. And she loves art, and also she loves cosplay. She made this hat herself. She even made the Twizzly piece on her hat herself, which is so cool. I don't know why I'm dropping frames so bad, but I'm gonna keep going. Here is the shield that I was talking about. So this is the director of operations. She's the one who put together this Extra Life event. She was the one that was telling me that, like, anxiety, like, yes, you're like, so many people have anxiety, but once you break through that, life is just so much, or like, this event is going to be so much better. And sorry, I got something in my nose. And she was just super cool, like super uber friendly, uber cool. And this is the shield that guy had, which has the Extra Life logo on it, which is so sick. He got this custom made from a shield guy. I stick around longer, but you gotta wrap up soon. No. Do your thing. If you wanna watch the rest later, you can feel free to watch the rest later. MBPalm, I stream all the time. I'll be streaming tomorrow probably for a little bit during the holiday, and again, the Extra Life main day is December 6th. But thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. Obviously, thank you so much for the sub and the gifted subs. That's crazy, and I really, really appreciate you. And it goes a long, long way. But really, thank you for just being so friendly and being so fun here, and yeah, and especially with the lady. She appreciates you greatly. You know, she loves that. So, okay, leaving the lurk. That's good. You don't have to lurk if you don't want to. That's all. That's a-okay as well. But yeah, so this shield was like custom made by a shield guy several years ago. Before they changed the logo, because the logo is different now. But yeah, I thought that was super cool, and she wanted to take her picture with it. I wish I had asked for a photo. And then this is like all the inside of this white building. They had a bunch of Rubik's Cube X stuff and the screens. I think this is just me taking pictures of stuff. All right, here we go. Here's the champion childs, and then this is, I think, the brother of the champion, and this is her mom. And they were so fun and so friendly. Again, she and her brother like compete against Fortnite all the time, and it's so funny hearing them back and forth about Fortnite. Oh, did Prison? Did you get a gift sub from her? Can I scroll up to the gift subs? Hell yeah, you did. Prison and Raz and El Booty God and Pepe Gazi. Let's see, do I know? Reborn got one? Nice. Nice. That's awesome. Way to go. Ambipom's sick. But yeah, like we were just I was helping them through. Did I take another photo of? No, I didn't. Okay. I was helping them with all of their tech stuff because they were actually having tech issues when I got there. They were having some real tech problems. Okay, stream is absolutely fully dead, which really sucks. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sorry. But yeah, I actually helped them with their tech stuff because they didn't have enough space on these computers to put Fortnite on because they had so many other games on them. So I had to log in to we had to log into Steam, delete games off of the Steam, and then uh, install for Epic Game Launcher, then install Fortnite, which was 82 gigs. So eventually, like 2 hours later, we were finally able to get them to play Fortnite, and they had 6 monitors, so they could get like a 3v3 going on or something like that, which is really sick. But it was really cool, and talking with her mom has gotten both of her kids uh, into coding classes because they were like, yeah, we want to make video games, so get them into coding classes, and that's super cool. Um, Very friendly. All right, so this is a behavior specialist. He works with behavioral and speech therapy, and he was discussing about how he uses games. I need something to drink. He was discussing about how he uses games to enhance therapies. So they play lots of the cooperative experience games. So um, moving out and Overcooked. And he uses Overcooked as a way not only to teach how to like interact with another person, but also time management skills, delegation skills, how to stay cool under pressure, like all of these kind of skills, and all through just one game. And also obviously your general communication skills, how you interact with another person in a physical space. And so he was telling us about um how he and his hospital utilizes gaming as a way to enhance other therapies. And he said it's been really helpful. It makes the experience fun for for the patient, for the kids. So I took a whole lot of video. Okay. And then he was talking about like they also use moving out as a way to for space management, how to manage your space, how to manage your time, how to manage your character. Also, they also use these games as ways for physical therapy, moving your thumbs or moving your wrist or you know hitting a particular button or flailing your arms around or whatever it may be. And then after he went, the adaptive controls went, which here are some adaptive controllers. They kind of look like stick like they kind of look like Atari controllers. But the cool thing is they have this bit that's here in the middle where the joystick is. And with this bit, you can 3D print a bunch of stuff. You could 3D print like different adapters that will contour to the kids' hands. So this one here is actually meant as a as a racing stick. You can roll your wrist left and roll your wrist right, and it will, it's like a stick. And you can if you push your hand further onto it, if you push your palm further onto it, or pull your palm back, and you don't need, it's not a lot of movement. It's literally like just a little roll to the left or a little roll to the right, or push forward just a little bit or push back just a little bit. And they had so many. I wish yes, here we go. They have all of these different bits that they can add to the top of this thing. So they have this cup one, this cup looking one, which is meant for a chin. if you have, if your hands have lost their motor skills like fully, then you can put this on the side of a wheelchair and then control the game with your chin. And it's got a little bit of give to it because it's all of this is 3D printed, like in-house 3D printed. So it's got a little bit of give to it, so it's not like full rigid. It can kind of bend a little bit. We got this ball so that if you're like, if you can only hold a thing, that it'll do that. Again, and there's so many different components. They have all of these buttons too, which you can put in any configuration. And then they also love the Xbox adapter kit. The Xbox adapter kit has been really helpful for them because you can plug in any kind of plug into it, because it takes all 3.5 millimeter cables. They're almost like audio jack, but it'll take all of those, and then that's the signal. So you could put a button, or you could put a stick, or you could put whatever, and you can map it however you choose. It is so dynamic, and you can make it good for anybody. And I mean, that's so cool. Now, another cool thing about this photo, and especially this one too, is you can, since it's hex, so they came across a problem, which is they can't use Velcro. Velcro is unable to be sanitized between patients. So from one room to another, you need to sanitize everything, because you can't contaminate another room with something, for if somebody is sick in one room and then has a contagion and then move it to another room, right? So Velcro, which is normally your, like, how you attach things places, Velcro is a no. Medical world, no. 100% no. I think it's going to disconnect, but I'll just keep talking anyway. Oh, maybe not. Okay, it's back. It's gone. But Velcro's a huge no. So they made and developed this hexagonal grid where you can pop this hexagonal grid like around something. You could create like a box around it, or like a zip tie or whatever. And then you can place these functions, these like buttons or control sticks, however it's comfortable for the kid. If the kid can only do arm motion from here to here, well, then you can put that control stick or that button somewhere in that vicinity so that that kid can actually, operate the control stick. And so they had all of these buttons and all of these, like, again, sticks and adapters. And it was super cool because they also had a place where you could try it out yourself. So I played Forza Horizon, you'll see later on. I played Forza Horizon 4 with with this device and 2 finger paddles. One for brake, one for gas, one for brake, and one for, or 3 paddles, and one for shifter. And the goal wasn't to, like, see how you could do with your hand in this position. It was find out what's most comfortable for you and then try and play the game. Because the thing that they said specifically, and I like this, is that there's no right way. There's no right accessibility. Every accessibility is correct for the person who needs it, right? It may not be right for me, but it can be right for someone else. And this position might not be right for me, but that's right for somebody else. So you got to find what's right for you, or right for the kid, or right for whoever's playing. And it was really cool to see that. And especially being a left-hander, I'm left-handed. Especially being left-handed, it was interesting because they had it on the right side of the chair, and he was like, are you left or right-handed? because he was seeing that I had like less motor function in my right hand. And I'm like, I'm left-handed, but it's fine. You can just leave it. It's okay. You don't need to mess with it. He's like, no, the point of this thing is to mess with it. We want you to see what it's like to be the most comfortable. Like, that's the goal. Which I thought was so. I mean, again, this is all eye-opening stuff. Really, really cool. But yeah, so they're getting this hexagonal grid. The main reason for this hexagonal grid is so that you can, it's portable, it's customizable, and it's cleanable. So it being able to be cleaned is great. And then if it breaks, it's just 3D printed, so it's just easy for you to get it back. And I think that is super special and really cool. And then this is the brand new Xbox. This is the brand new Xbox controller, which has four buttons on the face and a control stick, and then on the other side, because you hold it with one hand, on the other side it's got another control stick, 2 triggers, and then another button. That other button is a switcher, which when you hit it, that means all the other buttons do something else. So you actually can get the entire controls of a game on one-handed controller. And so anybody who's missing a limb or low functionality, like or like us, even let's say, God forbid, a stroke, right? You lose function in one side of your body, but you got function on your other. Well, guess what? You can still play because you have a one-handed controller. And it was super cool to hold it all and to try it out. Again, more video that I took. Okay, and then this area, they were giving, so these people have also fundraised for Extra Life before. They're a tattoo artist. This is a tattoo company. So they had free tattoos. You could get a tattoo. It didn't have to just be an Extra Life one. There was a bunch of gaming tattoos you could get. There was a bunch of cool tattoos that you could get. I, being Jewish, can't get tattoos, so I did not, in fact, get a tattoo. But these guys were full all day. They were going all day. And people got Extra Life tattoos. They got Mario tattoos. One person got the Zelda tattoo. Another person got a Magic the Gathering tattoo. It was really cool. And it's like they fully colored it, or not colored it. It was all black and white, but like shaded it in. And and it was really cool to see that. And yeah, it was just really cool to see and be part of that. There's his Extra Life tattoo. And look, they got the shading in on the arms too, like on the wings. It was so cool. Here's the adaptive controller. This is so in the rooms. They gave, when we entered, they gave everybody this bingo card. This bingo card had like a 5x5 grid of things to do. They're like, play games with kid, play games against somebody else, participate in this game show, or check out the adaptive optics room, check out the AR room, play or do this person's challenge, this kid's challenge, do this kid's challenge, go to the meetings. So they had this bingo card, and if you fill out the bingo card in full, you get entered to a raffle to win $2,500 for your children's hospital that gets donated to your children's hospital. And so I went around and did them all. I at the end of the day, I filled up my card. But this was the first thing I did after those 2 meetings. Was I went to this adaptive optics, and this is him saying to me like that it needs to be in a comfortable position, so he's going to put it on my left side instead of my right. You can see like the controller up here too has these cool adaptive functions. So like you could if you can't put the stick up here, you can actually push down here, and that'll push the stick in, which I thought was, again, really cool. And then over here on this, so these are like the triggers that you would have for a game. You'd have your left trigger and your right trigger, and then you're clicking the stick or your bumper or whatever. And so they had us like try to drive a Forza car. I think I have no, I may not have it. Okay. Yeah, they had us drive a Forza car from Forza Horizon. And then again, like they showed us all the different kind of adapters and how it plugs in everything. So you see, like, here's the Xbox accessibility. All of these are plugged in via cable, and you can just change them. Like, this can be X and this can be B, or this can be up on the stick or down on the stick. Like, how cool is that? And then I took a picture of this lady's hand because she's playing her goal. She's playing that game where, like, you drop this fruit, and if you drop another fruit that's the exact same as that fruit, it changes into a different fruit, and your goal is to, like, get the biggest fruit that you can. And, like, the bigger fruits are, the more points they are. So, sorry. So she's playing this thing with one hand. So she has to operate left, right, drop, switch, all with one hand. And it's these like really nice buttons. And again, it's all linked up to this Xbox, this adaptability Xbox thing. And so it's really cool. Then they have all of these. They were showing off their like PVC, or not PVC. It's a PHC. It's a 3D printing like goo. So they were showing us like what 3D printing can do, what these kind of special adapters are, what like these cool like makes kids afraid, like unafraid of needles and of syringes, and this controller up here is a brand new controller. I think this is a demo kit where there's a thumbstick on one side and a thumbstick on the other side, and then 6 sets of buttons down below, and then the 4 buttons on the face. And they were saying that this is supposed to be like the future of controllers for one-handed controllers, because being able to play with 2 sticks with one hand is almost not doable right now. It's very hard. But so this controller is supposed to be that. So like being able to play something like Fortnite or something like football. Or I guess football, you don't need the second stick really. You just need one stick. But yeah, something like Fortnite or Call of Duty or Monster Hunter or whatever. But I thought that was cool. And then they showed us this other adaptive controller, which has this. It's like a circle with 6 sides, like a dice, like a circular dice. And it's fully modular. You can take off any side and put on any other side, and it will and it'll register to the computer in real time. So if I take off this faceplate right here, the one that says like XYAB, and I put it on this far end one because it's more accessible for me, the computer will read that immediately and be like, okay, that's what these buttons are. That's what these buttons do. And the same with the thumbstick. You can put the thumbstick underneath. You can put the thumbstick on top. You can, however, whatever is most comfortable for you. And it's fully modular, and you can. I mean, it's customizable in every way, and that was super cool. And it was really cool to mess with because it was really easy to change. You just swivel on, like unhook and put on, and hook back in and put on. It was so cool. Don't know why I took a picture of that. That's me holding it in my hand. It's a pretty small device. But it felt like when I gripped it, it felt pretty substantial. It wasn't like flimsy or anything. And it's a pretty cool piece of tech. Okay, and then they did this, they had this fun game show. um, they had this really fun game show that it's called Game Show Battle Rooms, where they set up a game show for events. But these guys also raise money for Extra Life, which is really cool. They do it in their business. They like once a year. They do for a whole month. They do like 20% of the funds. Of we donate 20% of our revenue or something like that. But they were so funny. They were so funny. So they would you'd spin the wheel, and you get word, and you'd ask for a word, and of course they give you and. They were very funny and very friendly. There's one of the hosts. The other host is at the desk. And I was there, and I hung out there for 10, I'd say maybe 20, 25, maybe even actually probably more like an hour. I probably stayed there for an hour. And I played Wheel of Fortune. I played and Family Feud. And it was a blast. And I got to play with people, like some of the parents from the kids. I played with some of them, and I played with the guy from Austria. And this part's also crazy. One of my best friends, Christian, one of his friends from the TTRPG space, Sam was there, which I had no clue she was going to be there. Obviously, I know, so she raises funds for the Wounded Warriors Project year round. That's her job. And that's for vets coming back, disabled veterans. And it's disabled veterans, but gaming, And so she does that year round, but I didn't know she also did Extra Life as well. So it's really cool to have met her. I only met her for a little bit, but I'm gonna reach out to her later this weekend to see if we can get together and do something through maybe with Christian. But yeah, we played against them. It was cool. And then while this whole thing was happening, they had this. They were doing a stream, like a 24-hour. Not they weren't actually doing 24 hours. It was more like a 9-hour stream. So they did this 9-hour stream, and they had guest hosts. Again, they had Jack Patillo, and then this is the what's it called? The behavioral specialist, the child's behavioral specialist. And I think that these two are also people who work in the hospital, in their respective hospitals, or their liaison or whatever. And they had interviews, and then they did some gaming parts and some Bean Boozled and whatever. And it was really cool. It felt like being part of the Rooster Teeth stream from back in the day. Here's me in the logo. We had, again, part of the what's the thing called? Part of the bingo card was to visit all these things or to do stuff. So this was take a picture with the logo, with the balloon, write hashtag Extra Life or hashtag Children's Miracle Network. So I took a picture with me and the balloon. Then there was video. Oh, so this is these two ladies were doing information on art, music, and dance therapy. Now, art, music, and dance therapy, since they're not medical programs, quote unquote, they're not funded mostly by insurance, which kind of sucks. Most of the time, they're not funded by insurance unless you have a really top of the line insurance. So actually, most of their funding is gotten through philanthropy. So people like us really help with them getting equipment or lessons or whatever. And I actually knew a little bit of that because the aqua therapy and the equestrian therapy and the water therapy that they have at the beach, that's all done through donation. So Oh, that's all paid for through donations, which is amazing. I'm glad that we are able to do that. That's super cool. But they were showing us some of the stuff that they have. So they have this guitar, and they have this fret. I'm pointing at it. Here we go. They have this fret thing. So for kids who want to play the guitar but don't have like a lot of dexterity in their hands, they can hit one of the buttons, yellow, green, red, blue, right? And it'll do a different chord. So they have underneath, they have these little nubs that will hit strings so that you can make a chord. So you strum and you hit yellow and you have a C chord. And you strum and you hit green and you have a chord. You know, something like that. And it's really helpful for kids to learn how to play an instrument without needing to be super have dexterity in their fingers, in their hands. And I think that is so cool. And then they also had here this recorder, which is a 3D printed recorder. It's great for kids. It's inexpensive. Again, it's cleanable. That's the main thing for all this 3D printed stuff. It's all very cleanable. And it's cheap. And there were people that were saying, or at least they were telling us that, like, it sounds just like a regular recorder. Like, totally regular woodwind recorder. And this is so good. So that was good. And then they were talking about dance therapy, how they use dance as therapy, and like how they use art as therapy, and it's like a really, like, somebody who's nonverbal, right, is more inclined to use art therapy in a positive way than, you know, maybe music therapy. Or, you know, again, speech therapy, like, if you're nonverbal, speech therapy might be really tough. So maybe art therapy is the way that you go about it. Again, every kid is different. Everybody is different. So it was just really cool to hear the way that they deal with, like, how they decide and how parents decide, like, what's good for what kid and what can work, and how to further the discussion of the topic with a child. How to like, kids are resilient, right? I don't want to draw. Okay? Well, how can we get you to draw? Like, what would you like to do instead? Or, like, how can we interact? She was telling us the story about how this kid didn't want to draw, and so they just sat together and they sat on their iPad, and he played games on his iPad and she was playing games on her iPad, and then he was like, "Oh, I want to play that game on your iPad." So they played that game on her iPad and they played together on the same iPad. And then boom, he's like, "Okay, I'm done. Let's draw now." And I think that is, again, like, that kind of attention is so incredible. Okay, so this was Melody's challenge, where, again, she is missing many of her fingers and many of her digits on her fingers. So this was her challenge, where you had to draw something with your dominant hand and then draw it again with your non-dominant hand. And by the way, this is her art right here, with a guy looking at his hands, because, you know, she's missing fingers, so she's kind of got this humor about it. And I drew this bell. This one was with my dominant hand, this with a smiley face, and then this one was with my non-dominant hand with the smiley face. So, oh yeah. But it was super cute, and she was super friendly, and she was just encouraging everybody to draw, and I thought that was so sweet and really cool. And there she is. That's me and her taking a picture together, And with all of the look at all the people who did their left and right hands, and I just it's just so good. She was so cool and so sweet. And just like the life of the party, like legit like life of the party. And then this is one of the champion kids. She has like I think she has diabetes. She had to get her insulin checked while we were there, and had to make sure she had a snack. But she was dancing. She danced with me several times, and she gave me this really cool plushie. Um, she gave me this really really cool plushie of feelings. So they had these plushies of feelings, and that's like kind of how they interact with like if I'm feeling sad, but I don't know what sad feels like. I grabbed the one that like speaks to me the most, the little plushie that speaks to me the most. So she gave me the plushie that's happy, and she was super friendly and really fun. We played this football game together. See this football thing down here. So we took all the plushies and we were throwing them into the hoop, and it was really fun. And then I also got to play with Taylor and Taylor's mom. We played football. Again, Taylor was one of the he has really brittle bones, and all he wants to do is play football. Like he wants to play. He didn't say professional, but he really wants to play tackle football because he's currently playing flag because his bones are, you know, he doesn't want to get hurt and his mom doesn't want him to get hurt. So he's waiting to get some confirmation back that his bones are brittle are strong enough to take, you know, hits, and then he'll start playing football. And so that's where the football thing came from. And then this is where the Fortnite room was happening. I actually had to log into this computer. I'm pretty sure it's still logged in as me. I had to log into this computer because a Fortnite wasn't installed and there was nobody with an account with a Fortnite account. So I logged in and installed Fortnite, and so I got them all to be playing on the same map, and it was really fun. Here's the Austrian guy, by the way. He's super cool, very friendly, very very cool. And then over here, I think I have a photo. Oh yeah, dude. There was a guy walking around and gave all the kids, every single kid got a skateboard, and they're all like dog themed. So this one is Legend of Buddy, the dog bowl of time. Like it's Zelda, but it's dog. Is so funny, so funny. And there was another one that was a DBZ. So here's the game show. And at one point during Extra Life, like during the stream itself, they did this game show. So I sat in the back and watched the game show while it was happening. And so they had like professional camera and their lineup. And these were all pre-selected people. So it's not like I could get in. But yeah, it was just super cool to see. Oh, and then in these two rooms, okay, so the adaptive optics or the adaptive control room was to the left here. You can't see it; it's off screen. It's like over here. Then there's another room that's just beyond that, which is the VR room, which is how they showed how VR really helps, like motor controls and kids with social anxiety and stuff. And they were showing that. And then over here in this far room over here, there was their AR center, which is like they had this game where you, as you move your arms, the character moves their legs, and your goal is to shove your opponent off of this like a ledge and get points. And there was another one where you had to like bop like a button on his head. And it was super cool. and they also had the Mario Kart AR, which is like the little cars. It's a Mario Kart game that you put on your Switch, but also it came with two little cars and track pieces, and you can use them and go around the track. And it was just showing off that like this is ways that kids can interact with video gaming. Then they had this room over here, which was more of a streamer room. Your all of the influencers got like a 2-hour time slot to stream in their own, which is where they again had like Bean Boozled and like you're gonna have to read this weird and awkward statement and like fun ways for you to donate and interact with somebody. Okay, and then this is they did this thing where we were gonna set a record, a Guinness World Record, and they decided to but Extra Life decided to set the world's longest fake money trail. And Hasbro donated a ton of fake bills from Monopoly bills. And so there was this station over here where you could help and contribute, where you grab $1 and grab some tape and tape it all the way around. I mean, it went all the way around. I wish I had the video, but you tape it all the way around. And then it would come to this row and then come down and I think there were so we had to get more than 1,000 to start the world record, and we got, I think it was 1,400 and something. So yeah, so we got like 1,400 and something, and it was just like taking a piece of tape and putting it on the wall, and it was really cool. It was really nifty. And then they had a station where you could get your nails done and your haircut and your beard glittered or blued. They did a lot of blue beards and like tinsel in your hair and stuff. And I didn't want to do my blue beard because like I didn't want to get it on stuff, and I don't know how I feel about dyeing my beard. We'll see. But I did get my nails painted. My nails still painted. It does not look good anymore, but it looked pretty good back then. And I've gotten my nails painted maybe 3 times ever. And they and I like don't know how to get my nails painted or anything like that. So I've been painting my nails and then immediately put my hand in my pocket. So there was a kid there too, and he was so sweet. He was so funny and so sweet and so friendly. And he was just asking me about like what my favorite colors are and like what I felt about like nail polish and all this. He was so funny. And yeah. And I think this is towards the end of the day. Here is the tech room. So they have their switcher here. This is their tech like guru. They were everywhere. They were on the 4th floor. They were on the 1st floor. They were trying to get all of the computers up and running. We were having tech issues at the very beginning. It was crazy. And so they were just, I don't know what pronouns they go by, so I'm going to say they as a safety. But they were just all over the place. I can't believe how crazy they were. Yeah, so I just want to take a picture of the switcher, which is cool. As me zooming in, you can see on the screen they had so many different screens that you could go by. I think they were streaming it on like 10 or 20 channels. I asked them if they wanted to stream on mine, and I gave them my information, but I don't think they used mine at all. But it was pretty great. It was pretty great. And then they had this this is where they did the interviews, and this is the CEO in her yellow jacket. This is when she told me, by the way, that she felt like she was Big Bird in this jacket, which is pretty funny. And here's here's the guy who has the shield. He's very funny, and this was his first tattoo ever, and he wanted to get the Extra Life thing, so he got the current Extra Life logo, and yeah. And then that was kind of it. We kind of wrapped. Everybody came outside. They talked about what the total funds raised were so far this year, which is $8 million raised this year. And yeah, I got to like talk to a bunch of kids and a bunch of the staff, and it was just such an incredible event, and I'm really thankful that I got the opportunity to go and took the opportunity to go. So I still have more photos. They had this thing called Code Ninjas, which is cool. So this girl, she works for Code Ninjas, and they teach kids how to program games. They teach these kids how to program games, and then then the way that the way that they raise money is you get to vote on your favorite game by by donating $1. You can vote for your favorite game, and then whichever is the most favorite game will be able to like make their game bigger for a game jam. And it's all kids. Like the kids are making these games, and they were super interesting, very cool. Um, if you want to check it out, I will make this bigger for you, and you can. There you go. If you want to check them out, again, Code Ninjas, super cool, very friendly, and yeah, and yeah, they raise a ton for charity. And then this was just us cleaning, like we just cleaned up. These are the bags. These are the $2,000 prize, which I do have. I got today. Mine came in today. So here's mine. This bag is it's cool because you put your pins in the front of this bag, and yeah, you put your pins in the front of this bag, and it's sealed so that even if your pin fell off, you it would still be here. You don't have to worry about it, which is super cool. I mean, and you could take it out if you wanted to and just like put whatever you want in the front bag, but it's branded, and it's very hefty material. It's like a faux leather almost, and it's got the logo up here. It's got the Extra Life thing here, and it's got the tags are Extra Life. They're the logo. Again, you can't really see it, but I'll show it later. And then the strap even is Extra Life. Look at the strap. Look how cool that is. Um, excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, they had a couple of them there, and other of the other things that they gave out this year, which was the Extra Life Dice Tower, which I have here too. And then so we wrap up and we come back to the hotel, and that's when I did the Rubik's Cube for Victoria's parents. And come back to the hotel, and they give us a goodie bag. like they gave us a full goodie bag. The goodie bag came with a a knockoff Stanley water bottle, which has a speaker in the bottom of it, which is so cool. Big metal water bottle, or I guess it's more of a cup. Came with that. It came with a Slurpee that has Tetris on it, a Slurpee cup with Tetris. It came with this thing called a Chromatic, which is a Game Boy. It plays Game Boy games. Like you can put in your Game Boy cartridge into it, and um, and that thing's like $300. Insane. I'll probably show it off tomorrow, but I don't think I'm gonna show it today. Maybe I'll show it later because after I talk about all this stuff, I'll probably go and give Shannon a hug before I start playing video games. But yeah, they had one for everyone, and it also came with a jersey, and it came with a couple of stickers and codes, and it was really cool because there was some people who couldn't make it at the very end, and they still were able to get theirs, and it's just like it's just so cool. OBS has now disconnected, which is awesome. Love that for me. But yeah, registration, and then we had this big gala dinner. Big dinner, actual full dinner. And there's the official sponsors: Chromatic, Hasbro, and this is just for this is the sponsors for Extra Life Unlocked, which is so cool. Thanks to the sponsors, seriously. Game shows, Sharkies, Shore, 7-Eleven, GameStop, Wizards of the Coast, L Labs or J Labs, Chromatic, and Hasbro all sponsored the event. There's his colored in Extra Life logo tattoo. And then he got a bomb on the bottom of his leg here, which is kind of cool. This was the one he had before, but he got a bomb. Which again, look at the shading on this bomb. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. So there's just a whole bunch of people. All the kids are over here, and then the Tori's family are over here, and again, like full. We all got these jerseys in it too. They say Extra Life Unlocked on the front, and they say Extra Life double zeros on the back. And it comes with a new color scheme, which is yellow and blue. So here's like some of the people. Here's Mel, who was the first friend I made at Extra Life. I think here's Gore, who's streaming right now. And here's the table where I sat right here. And these guys were all really cool. Everybody at my table was really cool. Yeah. And just there's the room. People were walking around, so it's a little blurry, but here's the whole room. And I was on the stage. And then they had a big talk about Extra Life, which I got all on recording, and a talk about their branding. They're going to release a new branding next year. Again, I've given away a little bit, but I won't give away the whole thing, except for I will, because it'll be in the video, or I took photos. So yeah, they just had a chat with us about all the stuff. And there's the new logo for the Children's Miracle Network. Instead of the red basket, it's now blue, and the logo is now blue instead of red as well. And instead of the Children's Miracle Network being at the bottom, it's now in the middle because it shows that it's like lifting up into the air. Here is the new Extra Life logo, which is now blue and yellow instead of blue, and red. Yeah, and I think it looks great. I like it. There are several people who don't like the yellow, but I think it's great. And then she just talked. She talked a lot about it. And then there's the old Extra Life logo, and now the new Extra Life logo. And we'll get a whole branding kit in January for it. So hopefully, I'll have updated stuff on my screen for it. And then here are all of the different subsidiaries of the Children's Miracle Network: Extra Life, Radiothon, uh, Play Yellow, Credit Unions for Kids, and the Dance Marathon. These are all fundraising groups that are under the Children's Miracle Network brand. And you can see that the Children's Miracle Network is one color, and then the other color is the Extra Life color, which Extra Life was the first one to be done. So the Radiothon, like the Radiothon, Play Yellow, they all were based on the Extra Life logo being that blue, which is pretty sick. This is a stone that Tori's family toss around. I guess they have a bunch of stones from their yard. They paint them, and they says Extra Life for Kids, and Extra Life United. They've been handing out these stones for years, and everybody takes a picture of it and puts it on their social media, and that's how they like kind of get connected. So, and then here's me at the event with yeah, with the Extra Life thing. There you go. That's the good photo. That's the good photo right there. I might change out my profile picture for this because this is really good. It's very orange. My eye looks a little wincy. But I convinced everybody that evening to wear their jersey because a lot of people were just going to wear their same shirt, and I was like, I want to take pictures of people in their jerseys. Like this is showing that we are all part of the same thing. Gridley, my man. Gridley, welcome in. We're just going through the Extra Life Unlocked. I will have this video uploaded to Twitch and to YouTube by the end of the evening because my frames are dropping like crazy, Gridley. I mean, it's so bad. I have a 80% lost frames right now. So I'm currently recording it myself, so I will upload it this evening. So if you want to watch the whole thing and hear the entire thing, feel free to watch it whenever you want. But Gridley, it's really good to see you. Just so everybody knows, Gridley ran their 24-hour stream this past weekend and raised a fuck ton of money for their children's hospital in Canada, by the way. And he and his friends played a bunch of games, and he was live the whole time. And I'm very, very thankful and very fortunate to have a friend in Gridley where I donated one of my vinyls. I donated Star Fox 64, the 2 LP set, for his raffle, and I was very fortunate and very thankful that I got to see it in the morning because he raffled it off at 7 o'clock in the morning, and somehow, some way, my body knew that he was raffling it off, and so I woke up and I got to see it. And Gridley's an incredible human being, and if you haven't followed him, he goes by Gridley Bear with 2 D's. He's just an amazing folk. So, but yeah, I convinced everybody to wear their jerseys because I was like, we should all look like we're part of the same team and we're all on the team, and I think that's great. And so I convinced everybody to wear their jerseys, and then I think I took a bunch of photos with people. Yeah, here we go. So here's Rose Beard. I took a photo with Rose Beard. And and then they also gave out these chests, actual like treasure chests full of stuff. And one lucky person got to win it. They did a little tournament, and this is the winner of the tournament. They had a what's the tournament? They give me a second and I'll remember. They did a Mario Kart World Tournament, and yeah, and he ended up winning. And so he got a chest full of brand new swag. You can't even buy it yet. It's with the new logo and everything. And then also, it's got a gift card to their shop and some extra like goodies, I think. And you got to keep the chest. How cool is that? See, that's the cool part. Is I think you got to keep the chest. Both super cool. So he's like, oh. Here's me and Rufio. Again, Rufio's like the first friend in Extra Life that I've really met, and he's just super kind and super gracious, and it's so funny because he ended up winning the 2,500 for his local hospital. Um, he had his bingo card picked, and I shot up out of my chair and I was like, "Oh yeah, dude, Rufio, Rufio!" And I couldn't believe. I'm so happy that somebody I know won. I know everybody's a big winner, but like I'm so happy that somebody I knew won, and he was so kind and so friendly to me, and I appreciate his friendship, even though we hadn't really known each other for so long, and I just appreciate his friendship so much. So he was amazing, and then his friend had these sick shoes, and I think I'm gonna buy me a pair because they look so good. Um, I'm gonna try and find me a pair, and these will be like my new walking shoes at work. And then this is one of the hospital workers, hospital specialists, and she was super kind and super friendly. And she was just, I told her how nervous I was, and she's just like, I'm just so thankful you came. You were always you were so good with the kids, and so good with the staff, and you were always there to help. And I really, she was just like, I really appreciate you, and I'm so glad you're part of this team. And I just like, yeah, we got to take a photo. We got to take a photo. Thank you so much. But she was really sweet, Frances. And yeah. And then one of the people I was sitting with who has a yellow beard or a blue beard, he had a blue beard. He goes by, hold on one second. He goes by Harkenbald. Harkenbald. He this is his like hospital's kind of like mascot, and he brings him around everywhere. It's like his comfort, like comfort friend. And he asked me to make sure he was okay while he ran to the restroom, and he was and so I just took a picture with him, and it was really fun. He's from Kentucky University's hospital. This guy was really cool. He was super nice to me, and he dyed his hair. And he also streams pretty regularly, and he does family friendly streaming, really family friendly. And yeah, again, overall, everybody was really nice, but yeah. And then again, Captain Rosebeard, and I don't remember what his name is. I feel bad, but he was so cool to me. He was talking about again, everybody's talking about like how they started with Extra Life, but he was also talking to me about ways to enhance my Extra Life with the things that I do already, like the raffles and like TTRPG stuff. And he primarily plays Sonic games. He does he's like a full Sega streamer. He does everything on Sega, and he has like multiple Sega consoles, and then he also does emulations on Sega games, and his 24-hour stream is mostly Sonic games. And I think that's super interesting, and he's doing his next weekend, so maybe we'll be able to check it out. And obviously, oh man, give me a second, I'll remember what his name is. Um, hold on. Forgive me, I'm just going to the Extra Life page unlocked. He goes by Futils, Futiles, and he streams a bunch, and he raises a ton of money too. And again, he's the one with the shield and the colorful hair, and he was very friendly, and he loved to talk about uh, uh, not just gaming, but like Star Trek and stuff. These are the two D&D guys. They again have been raising $20,000 every single year with their D&D crew, and they are the life of the party, man. They were talking about their college days and like what fun that they had, and man, they're just again super cool dudes. I hope that I get to meet with them at some point, and or at least do like they've never done any online and any streaming, and I told them like, hey, like I got TTRPG friends, I can help you, and they're like, yeah, we'll hit it up, sure. Because how cool would it be to do that under them? That would be so cool. Here's Mel. Again, Mel, my first friend. I really appreciate Mel. Mel was such an incredible force of nature. So friendly, so full of life, so incredible. Um, she's the one who got these two guys to come to the event. Like she contacted them and like corralled them all together. So I think that that's so awesome and just like absolute legendary. She was full colorful and just yeah. And then this is this is uh man, what's his name? Footal's. This is Footal's hand. And then there's the CEO, or the not CEO, the director of operations, um, for the event. And I just wanted to. I told her again, like, thank you so much for inviting me, and yeah, and I took a photo with her, and she was super kind, and she was super thankful that I was there. And here's Gore. Gore is streaming right now as we speak. Very friendly. He loves again horror movies. Goes by Gore. Um, and and yeah. And then here is Adam. He's the again, he's the specialist, the or not specialist. He's the social media manager, and does also community outreach. And then at this is the bar outside of the venue. We got kicked out at 9 o'clock, and so this is like 9:30 or something like that. Like close to 10 probably. And they're playing Magic the Gathering outside, and I just thought it was so cool. And I asked them if I could get a photo, and they were super friendly. They were like, "Here, look, you want to come sit?" And I'm like, "I don't got any cards. It's all good. I don't got any cards." They're like, "We might have an extra deck," and I'm like, I just, nah, I'm good. I don't want to be that guy who's having to read a card for 2 hours while everybody's like, I'm ready to go." But they were super friendly and super kind. Very, very nice. These were my two mates that we left together. Um, so Retsuko and damn it, hold on. Retsuko, by the way, is also streaming right now. Or Retsuka? She goes by Retsuka. Yeah, no, it's Retsuko. She's also streaming right now. We'll probably throw it to her in a minute. um, damn it, why is my phone all fucked? Yeah, Harkenbald, and Retsuko, and we were kind of like the dynamic trio at the end. We played this board game together with another person. I don't remember what her name is. My memory with names is so bad. But and I'm sorry this picture's so blurry. It's because I did it with the front facing camera. And I'm like shaking. But the two of them were so cool. So we left the venue the next day together. We went to the bus station together or the train station together, and we took the train and we went to the airport. And he and I chilled until his flight started boarding, and then I went to mine. But these two are super cool. She's from LA and he's from Kentucky, and they two were friends from an extra life before, and now I've made the friend fold, so that's really cool. Um, Absolute gem of human beings. These two are like just good human beings. I like. I don't got more to say about it. They're good. They gave again each bag, and they had your name on it. So I just wanted to take a picture, um, of that. And then here's my fit for going home. I wore my badge, uh, for a little bit, and then I decided to tie it onto my backpack. And I wore my do good shirt with the blue because I think that's whatever. And then at the airport they had this big this big bear, and I thought it was funny to just sit with the bear. It's so goofy. Um, and then I got him sitting with the bear with his little friend. It's just so funny. And then I found a Cotopaxi, which is where my sweater is literally from, and I found out they still have some do good stuff. So they have these two, and then they have a femme shirt in this do good. So, and then that's me taking pictures of the flight. It was really cool to see all the little boats in the water in the lake. I just thought that was really cool to see. Like you can see their entire trail. It's so smooth that their wake isn't even washed away. And then these are the some of the mountains. Look. It's so smooth on this side, and it's so smooth on this side, and just a bunch of mountains. That was really cool. And then this is me walking underneath the plane wing because they couldn't taxi us into the airport, because all the terminals were full, but they wanted us off the plane anyway. And then there you go, some crop circles, and there's me with the plane. Lots of me with the plane. Love that. This is us taking off, flying over town, landing, and this is me this morning with my little friend Pinball, and that's that. Um, that's all the photos, and I really wanted to share that with everybody, and I'm glad that I did it today when it was fresh and I remember everything. And I'm really happy that I went. I'm really proud of myself, for going, and I'm really thankful to um, the Extra Life staff for obviously inviting me. But again, like I really want to give a huge shout out to Leonella, my hospital liaison. She really did an incredible job, with convincing me, but also like really helping me like feel comfortable enough to go. And yeah, she was just incredible, and I appreciate her so much. And yeah, that's it. That's the trip. Um, I'm really thankful for everybody who was here. I know again the stream died and it really sucks, but hopefully you'll watch the recording, and I really hope that I get invited again because I got so much out of this, and I can get so much more, and I can do so much better get cards made or something fun made or make a big statement. Um, you know, like we're so close to a 75K milestone. I don't know if it's possible this year. What are we at right now? We're at um hold on one second. Let me see if I can pull up my total. We're at $67,341.89. So 67,000. If we hit 75 grand, we'd need another 8.7. We would get really close. We would get really close if we hit the $15,000 goal. But we're making it, man. We're making our way up there, and we've done $67,000. So stupid big. Like I can't tell you, how crazy that is. And I'm thankful every day that there's so many people who support this cause and that support me in this cause, because this doesn't happen without you. I don't get to go to these things. I don't get a sweet jersey. And the children don't get taken care of without you. It only happens with you. Um, One person cannot do it all. It takes everybody. Which is again why I wanted to raffle off while I was gone. I wanted to raffle off this Super Mario World vinyl record, and I did it for $2, $2 an entry. And because you can do amazing things in small amounts if everybody pitches in. And it was really cool to also see that here. Everybody's pitched in. Maybe everybody pitches in a lot. Like I'm talking about like their time. Everybody does a lot of time investment and stuff. But having raised like $8 million this year and $100 million over the course of the 12, 14 years that we've been around, like, or 17 years that it's been around, I think it's, oh man, I wish I had the photo. Yeah, $140 million since its inception. Just Extra Life, like, there's no, like, it's so amazing. It's so incredible. So I'm gonna stop this recording, but again, my 24-hour stream, big 24-hour stream, is gonna be on December 6th, starting at 10 a.m. PST, going all the way to December 7th at 10 a.m. PST. And our goal is to raise as much money as we can, have as much fun as we can, make it as engaging for you as possible, give out 50 prizes or even more, and really make it the big shebang, like this is the big thing for my year. And I still have a lot to prep, still got a schedule to make, still got a space to arrange, I still got prizes to take pictures of, but I'm so excited to get to do it. It's a little daunting, but I'm so excited because we're gonna have such a damn good time this year, and we've done such a good time. We've done such a good job already, and it's amazing what we've done. And I cannot wait for that. And I hope that you all join me at that time. And I appreciate each and every one of you, and you're all real heroes. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, take care of your fellow neighbor, and most importantly, peace out. A-Town.